Hey guys, welcome to MorePlease Media. This is me, Noor.
And I'm Ali.
Ali, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I hope you are coronavirus free and feeling healthy, loving this 2020 year.
Yeah, I think we went too far in some places.
Yes, I mean, it's only March, and in January, World War III wanted to break out. Something else happened in February. I don't remember what happened. Yeah, the coronavirus, and now March is coming.
It's Corona time. Hey, it's Corona time right now.
Guns blazing, and I'm very excited, but hey, we're not here to talk about everyday life. We're sick of that stuff. We're here to talk about entertainment news, and today in the podcast we'll talk about movies that will be released in March. We'll be talking about the 2020 the 2020 video games, and also we're going to talk about movies about the epidemic. So if you want to panic even more, watch these movies and see what's going to happen if the coronavirus will overtake our lives.
Great intro, man. Great intro. Top notch. A+.
Thank you very much. This is a very, very positive podcast, and I assure you, everybody, this is fun. You're gonna have a lovely, lovely time.
Yeah, especially when we're talking about Corona.
So let's talk about March movies. What's gonna be released in March? And I'm gonna go through them really fast.
Yeah.
First of all, like we said, Onward will be released soon. I think today. Yeah, today it got released in the cinemas. Very excited, and I'm gonna watch it now. Remember, we talked about it the last time we were on the podcast.
Which one?
But I'm gonna Onward. You said I said I was very excited to watch it, but now I'm even more excited, man, because they're gonna release a short film from The Simpsons called Maggie's Playdate with Destiny.
Okay.
A lot of people worked on it, and it's going to be exclusive only in the theaters, and it's going to be shown before Onward. So I think this is the perks of Disney buying Fox.
I guess I'm getting kind of excited a little bit. I'm not sure about the whole Disney buying every single company out there. But yeah, I mean, if it's going to give
Disney,
us...
if you're listening, please buy us. Please, we'll do anything.
We love you.
We'll suck Bob Iger's... I don't want to say what, but we'll do it. Oh, Bob Iger is not even the CEO anymore. The new guy. Hey, new guy from Disney. We'll do anything.
Yeah. We'll suck everything you want.
We'll say all Disney's movies and Star Wars are great movies. We'll give you 5 out of 5.
But yeah, again, I'm not so sure about, like Disney buying every single company out there. They're becoming like the cinematic overlord, and it's just devouring every single other company. So, but I don't know, if it's giving us something good, then why not?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're buying everything, and this brings me to another subject that we're going to talk about briefly, is Disney buying DC Comics. But I mean, that's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about it in a little bit further the line. What else is releasing this March? I'm actually going through right now. Mulan. Are you watching Mulan?
Nope.
From Disney as well?
Nope.
Man, me too. I'm not even excited at all. What's the deal?
Disney is like milking their franchises even more than it used to. Like, if you remember, like back in the late 90s, mid 90s, they came up with these live action interpretations of like famous cartoon characters. What was his name? The blind guy, the old blind guy, Mr. Magoo, and some other.
Did Disney release that?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me check that. You mean live action movies from Mr. Magoo and what?
Yeah. It was Disney, right? I think it was Disney.
I'm checking it right now.
In any case,
folks, I'm checking the news right now. If Ali is making bullshit up or yes, it is. It is.
Yeah. So they try to make like a lot of live action, interpretation of cartoons. They failed miserably, and then they were like, okay, what else do we have? Oh, people still like the old stuff. The Lion King, the Aladdin, the Mulan, Beauty and the Beast and all that.
But that was the renaissance of the Disney animated department in the 90s.
Animated,
You had Aladdin.
We're not talking about the
Yeah.
animated movies. We're talking about
you're
the
talking
live
about
action. So they tried something new now by like remaking all these classic cartoons into live action versions of them. But in my opinion, they all sucked. Even Aladdin, which a lot of people.
Come on, I love.
Let me explain.
No, you cannot come here to this podcast and talk shit. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Disney's not gonna buy us, dude.
Oh shit. Okay. No,
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the movie.
I mean, Will Smith was fine, I guess, as the genie. He's no Robin Williams for sure, but he was fine as the genie. But all in all,
that's exactly
it was,
the point. It wasn't a very copy paste like the fucking Lion King, which pissed me off.
Yeah. That was a bad movie.
It was horrible. I don't know how people like it. Made so much money, and a lot of people liked it. Maybe people who forgot about the original one, but it sucked. Like, why would you have really looking alive lions without no emotions jumping?
Yeah,
I hated it. Okay, so you were saying I keep interrupting you, but again, this is a podcast.
I'm used to it. But I'm used to it. Yeah.
I'm all ears, buddy.
But anyway, what they're doing with their cartoon characters and animated characters, it's kind of dumb. And it's just a cash grab for, they're grabbing people by the balls because nostalgia. Do you remember The Lion King? Well, here's a live action interpretation of it. Do you remember Aladdin? People liked Aladdin, so let's make a live action interpretation of that. But in any case, it's just a cash grab, and I'm guessing Mulan is gonna be the same thing. And like I said, Aladdin, even though like a lot of people enjoyed it enough, I'm not gonna say that I hated the movie, but it was, to me, it was bad. There's a couple of changes that happened in the movie that I actually did not like, especially towards the ending of the movie. Jafar was by far the worst character in the movie.
You see, that's where we. I have a different opinion about Jafar. I mean, he did not do the animation Jafar, the whole theatrical and it's like that Jafar. It was a far more subtle villain except for, I mean, it was like it was subtle. It was some guy. I know he acted very cold, but I don't know. I didn't have any problem with it.
He was like if John Malkovich had sex with a wall. This is their child. You know what I mean?
Oh my
he
God.
also pronunciate his words like this. Aladdin, I am going to kill you.
Because he's a villain. And by the way, his name is Marwan Kenzari. He's a Moroccan actor. And
I got nothing against the guy. I have nothing against the guy.
Arabs everywhere. No, I mean, but Mina Masood was fine as Aladdin, even though you can see that this is his first role.
But he was so boring.
He was a little bit boring.
Like seriously, he was really boring.
Naomi Scott was fine. She was.
As Jasmine. She was.
Will Smith was not annoying as much as I thought. He didn't like do the whole rap and like, yo, what's up, back in the he didn't do that much of that. I mean, it was okay. And the CG. A lot of people were very scared of the CG when they first released it. It looked fine. It looked okay.
It was.
I had fun. Yeah. I had fun in the theater, and I watched it again when it got released on Disney Plus, and I have fun. Really, it was a fun movie. But
did you have fun? Did you have fun because you compared it to the original, or you saw it as a movie?
Well, for me, the original is one of the best animated movies ever. I love the original. I try to rewatch it almost every year. Brings back great memories. But this one, definitely. I enjoyed it on a different note. I didn't enjoy it like, oh yeah, Aladdin come alive. It's a different kind of enjoyment. They tried something different, which I salute. Lion King was copy and paste. Oh my God, to the
worst way, actually, the worst way possible.
I mean, they are remaking video games now, and making new graphics for it, and they're copy and pasting the same movie, the same video game. But that's different. Here, you cannot just bring the same film again and present it
let me just
graphics.
stop you there. Yeah. Let me just stop you there. In video games, when you're talking about like very old school video games, some of them, I want to say most of them, didn't age well. So when you're trying to make a remake of the original, that kind of makes sense. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But in a movie, when the movie is already perfect, why do a remake?
I know, and that's the thing. Like Mulan. I saw the trailer. They got rid of the little dragon who was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
They got rid of the love interest. They say, oh, it was too controversial to have like the sergeant. She falls in love with somebody who's her boss, and in the wake of Me Too.
I never heard anyone in my entire life talking badly about that.
I mean, it's plus me personally. I'm not into that's a Red Letter Media, by the way, joke.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's not. I'm not interested in those martial arts movie that much. I don't watch them. A lot of Asian swords, karate shit fight. I don't like that kind of stuff. And Mulan was always my least favorite 90s cartoon, so I'm not interested at all. Let's move on. Let me just read what else is coming out. There's a good movie which I'm gonna watch. It's called Bloodshot.
I'm actually kind of excited for that one.
I am. I know this is, by the way, this is the new Vin Diesel movie. It's based on a comic from Dark Horse, and I've read the comic. The comic is fun, and this has been a long time coming for this comic book to be released, and now Vin Diesel is doing his thing on the screen. So tell me, what's your thoughts, Ali?
Like I said, I'm actually kind of excited. I never read the comics, but I saw the trailer. It kind of feels like another. What was it called? Perfect Dark?
Family.
Not Perfect Dark. What is it called?
I don't have friends. I got family.
Spawn.
No, his
Family.
Can we talk about the movie? Yeah. No. His what was it called? The black, not Perfect Dark. That's a video.
What are you trying to say? You call me. What are you trying to say?
The other movie for Vin Diesel.
Oh yeah, the Dark Witch thing.
What's it called? No.
I'll find it out.
The space thingy.
What space thingy?
Where he's in space and he's like a mercenary kind of. He can
Doom?
see in the dark.
No, he's not in Doom. Oh, no.
Riddick, yeah, Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
But the first one, Pitch Perfect, all right? Pitch Black? Pitch Black.
Perfect, that's a fucking sing-along movie.
Yeah, Pitch Black.
Pitch Black, yeah.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, this is a professional podcast about movies and video games.
Oh, this is very, very professional. We keep ourselves on really high standards. We research everything we say.
Yeah.
So this is your number one source after the Hollywood Reporter.
But yeah, like I was saying, it felt like kind of like that movie. Where we're gonna get like a very badass character who's gonna do some very badass stuff in a Vin Diesel badass way. You know what I mean?
I am very excited. The trailer looks nice. I like those kind of 90s. It reminded me kind of Judge Dredd, which was very underrated, and not a lot of people saw that movie. And
you mean Dredd, not Judge Dredd. You mean Dredd?
Yeah, I mean Dredd. Not with Sylvester Stallone, but with the other guy, Carl Urban, I think it's.
Yeah, that movie is one of my favorites, actually. One of my favorite action movies. I love it.
It's very underrated. I highly recommend it. So it looked fun. It looked like a 90s action movie, and I'm gonna watch it in the cinema. And then you have. We'll go through them really fast. The Way Back for Ben Affleck. I'm gonna wait for it to stream. I'm not that into it. Then you have My Spy with Dave Bautista, and I have a funny story about Dave Bautista. The other day I was walking in Barnes and Noble, and this old grandma with her grandson, she stopped me, and I was like, you look like Dave Bautista. I'm like,
really?
What? Yeah, she's like, oh my god, you're like the lost twin of Dave Bautista. And then her grandson showed me a picture of Dave Bautista just in case I don't know. I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to say. I'm.
No. No,
I
I
don't
don't.
know, maybe my dad was here in Hollywood or something and flirted with a lady. I don't know, but that felt nice to somebody to compare me to Dave Bautista.
Maybe
Obviously
you're
not the body.
Maybe you're as tall as him, but aside from that,
my body is a copy paste from Dave Bautista, and nobody can prove me wrong.
I can.
Hey, come on! They don't know how to look like. Okay, moving on. Then you have a movie called Emma. I don't know what movie. This is like those Victorian eras movies. Nobody cares. And then you have something that I'm quite excited about: A Quiet Place 2.
Yeah.
Everyone is back. John Krasinski is back to directing. Emily Blunt, I mean, he can be back because he died. Spoilers. And the first one, Emily Blunt, the kids.
Now the first movie was kind of actually like a surprise, a pleasant surprise, because when I saw the trailers, I wasn't that excited to watch the movie, but then I did, and oh my god, it was so good. I might have a little bit of problem with the ending though. It went to like schlocky for a movie as good as that was. But yeah, all in all, thumbs up. The movie was so good. The entire time I felt like I need to stop talking. Like the entire time I was watching the movie, I didn't move a muscle, because I was
couldn't even
scared.
eat my popcorn,
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm excited to see where this is going. I mean, they ended the story so perfectly in a way that it left it for your imaginations. Like, okay, now are we gonna go into spoilers?
Go ahead.
Yeah. People don't hate me because I'm gonna spoil.
I mean, come on, the movie got released 2 years ago, and whoever didn't see it.
Anyway, yeah. So at the ending of the movie, they figured out how to defeat the aliens. So and they left it at that. The mom was like, "Oh yeah, now I know what to do," and that's how the movie ended. And I was like, "Okay, so they're gonna figure things out, and they're gonna get rid of the aliens. But now we're gonna see how she's gonna do that." So I'm not sure if this gonna be like a good idea. Maybe it's gonna be. I don't know. But for the time being, I'm kind of excited to see the second movie.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, it was a very good surprise. First time director John Krasinski, actor. His Jim from The Office for people who don't know him. It was a lot of fun. Still in the movies realm, we want to say our condolences. Rest in peace, James Lipton.
Yeah. R.I.P.
The gentleman, the legend who created Inside Actor Studio.
Yeah.
One of the first shows I've ever seen as a kid. And I was like, oh, so acting and directing is actually a very well-respected profession, and there goes a lot of things for it. There's a lot of steps, there's a lot of things to be learned in order to be an actor or director. And James Lipton is a living. His memory will live on. And one of the funniest things. In one of the funniest shows I've ever seen, Arrested Development, he had an amazing cameo. He was a warden of the jail. That anyway, James Lipton, rest in peace. What a legend.
What was your favorite episode?
From Insider Actor Studio, I still remember, and this one goes like a lot of people talk about it, is where. What's his name? Let me remember. The guy from I Am Sam. What's his name?
Colin.
No, not Colin. I'm searching right now his name. God damn, we're forgetting everybody. And I typed I Am Sad. No, I Am Sam. Come on. All right, Sean Penn. Yes, Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Had an Inside Actor Studio. And when you just type IN, you see there's a question from a student who's sitting in the audience, and it's actually Bradley Cooper.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Bradley Cooper asked Sean Penn a question, and now Bradley Cooper is one of the hottest actors in Hollywood and the world. So I always remember that episode. yeah, I mean a lot of great legendary people he met with, and
Mine was
I mean
actually
it's
Robin Williams one.
oh yeah,
That one cracked me up. It was so funny. It was enlightening, and at the same time, Robin Williams was going nuts. He did all his Robin Williams stuff, the way he talked, and he made fun of him, and it was really funny. It was a lot of fun. I highly recommend this episode if you want to watch the show.
yeah. James Lipton, rest in peace. And now
Yeah.
on to something that is very close to James Lipton is the movie Sonic the Hedgehog. Something that James Lipton will be very proud of. I've watched it a couple of days ago. I mean, I'm bringing up Sonic right now because now in the movies it's number 2 with 16 million, and number 1 at 29 million is The Invisible Man, which we're going to talk about a little bit further. Sonic the Hedgehog, I know you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
My thoughts, really quick. This is a movie that I should have waited to watch it online, to watch it when it got released on Blu-ray. It's not worth the admission ticket. It's
Yeah,
for
you didn't
kids,
like
man.
it.
I didn't. In the beginning, it was okay. It was nice when they were in Sonic's realm, when they showed you what's going on in Sonic's world. That was fun for me. And the logo at the beginning of Sega and how it showed. And, the production company is called Sega Sammy, which was like, what? Who the hell is Sammy?
Sega Sammy.
That was now I'm looking at it.
Yeah, me too.
Sega Sammy is a Japanese consolidated holding company formed in the merger of Sega and Sammy in 2004. All right, so that answered my questions.
All right.
So Sammy and Sega is one company right now. So I didn't like the movie. Jim Carrey was a lot of fun. All of his lines, all of his scenes were very fun. The end was fun, but in the middle, it was basic story about, and you've seen a million times about some guy escaping the law with some sort of alien, and I don't know. Kids will like it. I give it 5 out of 10. Yeah, 5 out of 10. Don't watch it in the theater. Don't spend your money. Watch it when it gets released, or maybe on TV. Watch it for free.
Well, here's the thing about Sonic. I've known a lot of people who are into Sonic, the video games and all that. I love Sonic, by the way. And the gamers, quote unquote gamers, who ever saw the movie, they were like, yeah, it's really great. It's a lot of fun. It's really good Sonic movie. And I'm okay with that because you know what? We didn't have the greatest run with movies based on video games. So so when I'm hearing gamers, not moviegoers, but when gamers are saying the Sonic movie is great, some of them are saying it's great, most of them are saying it's good, it's a lot of fun. I'm actually happy because of that, because there's a lot of great stories in video games that they would be great as movies. I never thought that Sonic would be one of them, but here you go. A lot of people liked it, so I'm glad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that the movie is making money after all of this drama that happened. They had to change the design of Sonic after releasing an ugly-ass trailer, and it must have been a nightmare on the director, on the staff, on the graphic designers, the graphic artists. But hey, it looks a lot nicer. Sonic looks good, even though the CG was not that good. You can tell that.
And on that topic, what do you think? What are your thoughts about basically when you're watching a trailer, you'll be like, no, I don't like this, change it, and the company will do that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, some characters I think are owned by the people, so they're so beloved by the people. The people feel like they own them. Like Sonic is one of the characters that people grow up with. So when you suddenly put on a completely different design, something that does not resemble anything that's Sonic except for the color blue, and in a weird ass trailer with Gangster's Paradise remix. I remember IGN explaining the trailer to people before it got dropped, and I was like, oh my god, they must be smoking something. No way the trailer will look this weird. And it really did. It looked that weird.
It was weird. And Sonic design wasn't great. Especially with the teeth, man. Oh my god, he looked horrifying.
It's a fucking nightmare, fuel of nightmares.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that, okay, so Sonic belonged to the people, right? And you might say that, yeah, because of this character we all grew up with, so we might have like different opinions about the design, and we want him to look exactly the way it was in the video games.
At least it resembles how it looks like.
But what about other movies? Because now we're talking about like we're opening a new door. Can you imagine like the next, I want to say, Marvel movie or a Star Wars movie where they didn't create it like the vision is not loyal to the source material, and they show it in the trailer, and it's like, yeah, this is the new vision, deal with it, and people will be like so angry that Marvel will have to change it. Is that a good thing?
That's why you have test audience, and sometimes test audience, they say that something looks nice or something looks bad and they have to change it. That's why you have test audience. Not a lot of people, basically test audience are the selective few who directors show their movie to before releasing even a trailer, or maybe they release a small trailer. They show them the movie, and then they give them a questionnaire, and they ask them a question like, oh, did you like that ending? Would you like the villain to die? Would you like the hero to
But apparently the test audience had no problems with the original design.
I don't know about that, but I mean, sometimes the test audience are wrong, sometimes the test audience are right. So there's a very cool video from the director of Shazam. I forgot his name. He speaks about what does the test audience do? How do they actually help you out? And David Sandberg, do you actually listen to them, or do you change your movie based on their opinion? It's a very eye-opening thing on test audience. Yet again, like I said, maybe it worked out. Hey, it worked out for Sonic. They changed the design. It looks a lot better. People went and saw the movie. Unlike Cats, it was a fucking horrible idea, and it was a train wreck from the beginning. Whatever you're gonna do, it's not gonna work because the whole movie does not work. That's basically my idea about. I know some people are complaining and saying, "Oh, that means that people will start hating on this, hating on that." I mean, hey, and that happened with Batman v Superman. Zack Snyder was filming Justice League all the way, actually finished a copy of it, and they're demanding now for him to release the cut. Yeah, and people are demanding, and then Warner Brothers just brought in Joss Whedon and changed everything. So sometimes the production company panics, the studio panics. Sometimes the people are very loud until they change the actual movie. Sometimes it's the test audience, and at the end it's a big gamble. Hey, you don't know what's gonna happen. I didn't even thought that Sonic will be this much of a success.
Yeah, neither did I. I mean, having Jim Carrey in the movie played a big role, I think, because a lot of people will go like, hey, Definitely. It's a new Jim Carrey movie, so we're going to watch that because of Jim Carrey. I mean, would it be as good as it is right now, money-wise, if they had like a different character, if they had like a different actor, other than Jim Carrey?
Yeah, definitely. Jim Carrey was a big part of it.
Yeah. But either way, I'm actually kind of glad. Hopefully we'll be seeing, like, talking about video game stuff. There's a talk about making like a Resident Evil TV show, Netflix TV show. Hopefully that will pay off. I'm actually really excited to see like a TV show about Resident Evil. And from what I've heard, it's going to be like some sort of a different take on the whole outbreak of the virus, and apparently from what I've heard, it's going to be like the two kids of Wesker. Apparently he had like two girls, which is not canon with the video games. He had a kid. but he didn't have like 2 girls. But maybe they're gonna be like clones, because cloning in Resident Evil, it's kind of a thing. So so maybe they're gonna be clones. Whatever, they're gonna be like Wesker's kids. So we're gonna see the whole outbreak, the virus outbreak, from their point of view, and it's gonna be like focusing on horror and suspense. So yeah, and Netflix is doing great for the time being with their TV shows. So I'm kind of excited to see an interpretation of Resident Evil on Netflix. So yeah, I'm actually happy to see that video games, movies, and TV shows are getting like the attention that it needed. Because before that we had terrible movies about video games. You know, most of them, like 99% of the movies, they were all bad. Ever since the Mario Brothers.
That's horrible. I mean, now I can. They released 2 new pictures for Monster Hunter, and I think that's Monster Hunter is a video game, right?
Yes, and yeah, it is. But here's the thing: Monster Hunter didn't have the best story ever. It never had. It never focused on the story. It was focusing on the gameplay and the game mechanics. You know, you're in an island filled with exotic like creatures, monsters, and you need to go ahead and hunt them. So even the the stories in the movie, in the video games, they were like kind of flatline. They never focused on the story. So why make a movie about that? There's so many other like really good video games stories out there that could work as a movie, but Monster Hunter World, I don't know.
I mean, I got sold with Mila Jovovich running around in the desert with this giant ass sword and killing monsters. I mean, it looks fun. I'm kind of excited, and I think we need like a whole episode talking about video game movies. We always talk about that. It's the one subject that unites me and you, and we become one entity. So yeah,
this is getting weird.
That's for March movies and about what's happening right now. The Invisible Man, I'm gonna probably watch it this week.
Oh yeah, definitely, me too.
And we'll give you a fast, speedy review about it. So to bring things down, we are facing all over the world some kind of crisis with the coronavirus. I was just reading a couple of minutes ago about how a lot of people, there's 18,000 patients who got rid of the coronavirus, so that's some good news. It reminded me of all the epidemic, all the crises of the movies, you know, what happens when a virus hits and how people react. Usually the virus changes people to zombies, which is more fun. I wish the coronavirus did that, but unfortunately it just makes you feel a little bit sick or whatever the symptoms are. So, I want to recommend a couple of movies about epidemics and about zombies. I don't know why the coronavirus reminded me of zombies. A movie that I saw a couple of days ago, it's called Train to Busan. It's a Korean movie. And man, it was a riot. And good news for people who actually watched the movie. The sequel will be released, I think, this year. I'm very excited. Train to Busan, a great movie, 8 out of 10. It's awesome. Did you see it? Have you seen it before?
No, not yet, but I've heard a lot of good news about it.
It's awesome, man. It's a great Korean movie. It's slow a little bit in the beginning, but it picks up. It's so good, and the sequel will be called Peninsula. I don't know what the Peninsula is, but it says 4 years later. So what happens after 4 years from the virus attack, from the zombie attack? You should watch this movie. It's really good.
Well, my recommendation would be Outbreak, the Dustin Hoffman movie. Remember that one? I think it was made back in 1994 or 5. And
I remember that one.
That actually reminded me of the epidemic of coronavirus. You know what I mean? Where people are getting like really panicky and they don't know what to do and they're trying to figure out how to fix this. They're trying to figure out a cure. I think it was because of a small monkey that they brought from Amazon or something. From the Amazon, not Amazon.
They bought from Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I will stop buying monkeys out of Amazon, I promise.
Good. But yeah, that movie reminded me of the coronavirus incident. And yeah, I highly recommend watching it. It's a really, really good movie. A lot of great performance. And yeah, people who never saw it, they really need to see it, especially nowadays. If you want to get, panic.
Definitely. If you're not attacked by the coronavirus yet, and you want to see what's going to happen if the whole world will be in an epidemic, this is what's going to happen. I have two other recommendations, which are very good movies, regardless of what they represent. Is Contagion. Contagion is about a virus that exactly like a coronavirus. It comes from China, as I believe, and one lady, I think she was a tourist, she brings it with her from China to America, and all the crazy shit that happens. It's a very good movie. I highly recommend it. It's from 2011. And my last recommendation is The Invasion. This is a movie from 2007. And Nicole Kidman, Daniel Craig. Also, I don't want to spoil what it's about, but it's a very, very weird, and I love this movie.
Yeah. Actually, there's a video game called Plague Inc. I don't know if you've ever heard of that name before.
I did.
It's a small indie game, but it's all about like developing viruses and watching them affecting humans on the planet. One of the viruses in that game was actually very, very similar to the coronavirus.
Shit. Illuminati confirmed.
Yep, there you go. But yeah, it's a good game. It's a good like small indie game. But it had like a virus very, very similar to Corona. So that was weird. And actually China, they removed it from the Apple Store and from Steam because of the epidemic.
That's fun. You see, these are the things that we talk about. Epidemics, coronavirus, and how it's affecting people. And really, on a serious note, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people not going to the theater, skipping the theater because of this, the virus thing. And
can you blame them?
I can't. Do whatever you feel like makes you feel safe. Safety first. Movies can be watched in any other way, not only in the theater. My opinion, my advice is stay safe, wash your hands, wear that mask that people saying are not doing anything, just maybe it makes you feel better. I don't know. Stay safe out there, because there's a lot of great movies coming up and a lot of video games, and we want you alive to listen to this podcast at the end of the day.
Yeah,
right?
That's why we want you to be well.
Exactly. Just for
all 5 of you.
To get more listenership. And now to our fixed and our lovely segment. Let's talk about games, baby.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Ali, the other day, you were talking about the 2020 video games. You talked about a couple of them. But I want you to tell me more, and tell me about the new Final Fantasy demo that you just played.
Yeah,
just left the joystick.
Not 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, 30 minutes ago. Tell me, what are your ideas about Final Fantasy? Because I downloaded the demo, I played for 5 minutes, and should I continue playing
again?
On this game?
Again, you didn't tell me anything new about it. You know what? It's like I said before. When you're playing like a video game that had like 40 hours in of gameplay, you're gonna play for like a couple of hours and that's it. If it's gonna be like 100 hours, you're gonna play like 5 hours, and that'll be it. So I don't know what's wrong with you, buddy, but I recommend you're seeking help. So
video game gods.
Yeah. You should pray to them, and you need to get fixed. But
So
yeah,
tell me.
the demo was absolutely fantastic. It was so good. It actually reminded me a lot of Final Fantasy 15 gameplay wise. It had like a lot of similarities to that game, which is not a bad thing actually. You know, they got rid of the turn-based mechanics, which was a lot of fun. But I guess, yeah, like quote unquote new gamers, they're not gonna enjoy the turn-based game RPG element. So what they did was kind of actually smart, because now you don't have to wait for your turn to attack. You can attack all the time. It's almost like a third-person slasher game, again, like Final Fantasy 15. But your turn-based mechanics will be back with the trying to use the special moves and special spells and the items that you have in your inventory. In order to use them, you can't use them all the time. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna use the health item right away. Oh, I'm gonna do the special move right away. No, there's gonna be like some sort of a cooldown, which is the equivalent of turn base. You need to wait for your turn to like do the attack, just like in the old games. But now it's more like a cooldown. And in my opinion, that's kind of smart. Bringing the turn-based mechanics into the modern age that way, without interrupting the action of the game. So, in my opinion, that was really fun. It was really great. And beside that, the graphics, the animation looked great. It looked fantastic.
Oh yeah, I've seen the first cutscene and it was awesome. I mean, they put a lot of work animation-wise. It was breathtaking, really. The first time in a long time since I've seen such great graphics on a video game.
Yeah. I mean, they did a bang-up job remaking the game, as they should. It took their time to remake this one, because it's very lovable. Like Final Fantasy VII is, to me personally, it's one of my favorite Final Fantasy games of all time. I love most of the Final Fantasy games, but Final Fantasy VII will always have a special place in my heart. And seeing like they're doing the characters justice it brought a smile to my face. You know, like every time I watch a character like Cloud or Barrett or Jesse, all of them were like so good. Like every time I watch a character, I smile a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy now. It's like watching my old friends. You know what I mean?
Miles and Elena and yeah.
It was really great. Moving on.
I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm still here.
You haven't played the original Final Fantasy VII though, right?
Actually, a lot of my friends played it back in the day. I didn't have a PlayStation 1. No, really, I haven't had a PlayStation 1 when I was a kid. So a lot of video games, I mean, when I saw the characters, all of them, I know I've seen them. I've seen my friends play this video game before, but I haven't played it before. But
the characters are mostly iconic, especially the Sword of Cloud.
Yeah, the main dude with the big sword, the fat dude, the Asian dude, they're all there, you know?
Yeah. And, I mean, you're talking about tokens here. The fat token kid, the black token kid, the guy.
Exactly, everybody's there.
You know, yeah.
Meet your favorite characters.
But my recommendation: go ahead and download the demo. I mean, it's for free, so why not download it? And it's really good. And here's the thing about like remakes. I think we talked about this before. When you're making like a remake, if it's gonna be like milking the franchise, you will immediately got that feeling. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're milking the franchise now. You're not doing it because you're loyal to the fans. But when we're talking about Final Fantasy VII or Resident Evil 2 or 3 remake, they're not milking it. They're giving the players what they want. We've been begging Capcom and Square Enix for a remake of Resident Evil 2 and 3 and Final Fantasy VII for years now. I mean, we're talking about like at least, I want to say 10 years, maybe even more. We were begging them, please give us a remake, because especially after Resident Evil 1 remake, that one was really, really good. And we never thought that we're going to get something as good as the Resident Evil 1 remake. So when we saw it, we were like, yeah, okay, so how about Resident Evil 2? How about Resident Evil 3? And afterwards, we were like, "How about Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah.
Please, Square Enix, can you have like some time to give us like a remake of Final Fantasy VII? Please, Capcom. Please, Square Enix." So they're not milking it. Because we were the people who were asking for it. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, the big company is doing the remake of a game that we've already played and loved, and they're going to give it again. They had no plans on remaking these games, but they did it because the gamers demanded them to give it to them. So I don't consider them as like milking them or a cash grab. It's a very, very good thing that big companies like Square Enix and Capcom will listen to their players, and giving them, and they will give them what they want, aside from trying to create new ideas and whatnot. So Final Fantasy VII Remake, the demo was excellent. The first boss was so good. It was challenging. And it was a lot of fun, and of course the soundtrack. Oh my god, the soundtrack. I mean, what did they do? It was so awesome. It was so great. I can't wait to. Yeah, but they modernized it a little bit, But yeah, it's so good, and I can't wait to get my hands on Final Fantasy VII.
Well, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I asked. My god.
You brought this on yourself.
What if we really like the game? That's the demo. My god.
I mean, this is how most people will talk about Final Fantasy VII. It's very beloved.
It's very nostalgic.
Game.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
When you played something, me not playing the game and I saw those characters, like, yeah, I remember those fellas. So, yeah, it gives you a different taste of looking back like an old friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for The Last of Us 2.
Sure.
The highly anticipated video game.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen only one trailer. I didn't see any walkthrough, not walkthroughs, any video game. What do you call it?
Gameplay.
When they show you gameplays. Thank you. But man, Last of Us was the best game, one of the best games I've ever played on PlayStation 4.
Sure.
And one of the best games I've ever played, period. So I'm very, very excited. I've been waiting for more than 3 years for Last of Us 2. It looks a lot of fun. And tell me, what are your thoughts?
Now, some people might gonna hate me for saying this, but as much as I liked The Last of Us, I don't think it's that great.
How dare you, mister?
I know. I'm gonna go ahead and kill myself right now. Yeah, I mean, it was really, really good. Don't get me wrong. I loved the first video game, but there's not a lot of things to do in that game. Aside from like hiding behind a wall, aiming, shooting.
There's not a lot of things.
I mean, game mechanics wise, all you're doing is just hiding behind a wall, aiming, and shooting. You know what I mean? It's.
What do you need more? It's a video game.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can put in a video game. I mean, just look at like.
No, but you had your stealth. You had your there was a lot of things.
They weren't great. They weren't great. That's my point. They weren't great. I mean, again, it's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on the Last of Us. It's a great game, and I really, really love it. But I think it's overrated just a little bit. Because story-wise, like the main story about like an epidemic thing, it's not a new thing. It's been done before. We've seen it. The only thing that people actually enjoy about the story is the relationship between Jules and what's her face.
The main character. But not only that, it was like it was a great emotional journey.
It was.
It took you.
And of course, Troy Baker was fantastic as Jules, the voice actor who made the character.
Yeah.
I mean, the Troy Baker is always great, and he was just fantastic as Jules. The voice acting was phenomenal. Actually, it was mind blowing. You can feel like when he was talking.
This is a kind of video game. This is a kind of video game that you can recommend to anyone.
Exactly. Anyone can pick it up and play it. Yeah.
Into video games that much. It's a story that captivates you. There's a lot of twists and turns, and not only the story but the video game itself. You keep wanna discover. You want to see where your character is going, and it was really engaging. Naughty Dog is one of the best companies that are releasing video games right now. Of course, they've done a lot of Uncharted. They've done all the Uncharted series. There's a new movie that's coming up with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland. Now it's confirmed. Hopefully they start filming this year. So yeah, I'm excited about The Last of Us 2. What about you? What other games? What other big AAA games are releasing this year?
I mean, we already talked about Doom Eternal. I'm highly excited to play that game. Cyberpunk, hopefully this year, please.
I want to play it because of Keanu Reeves, and it looks really fun. But I want to see what's it all about. Is it something that I'm gonna enjoy, or is it something only for people?
Well, I don't think you will enjoy it. It's an open world RPG.
Hey, you don't know me. You can't judge me like that.
Well, that's the problem. I do know you.
This is microaggression you're doing right now. I mean, this is a podcast for... No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I probably won't like it, but I'll watch you play it maybe.
But yeah, it's I mean, it's made by CD Projekt Red, the same people who brought us the Witcher games. And the third one in the Witcher series was fantastic. It was great. So if you're into like open world RPG stuff, I would probably recommend The Witcher. But Cyberpunk is one of my most anticipated games this year. I actually am more excited to play Cyberpunk and Doom more than The Last of Us Part 2. You know, they I think they're gonna give us something new.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I understand what you're coming from. I mean, Doom was a lot of fun. I played it for 10 minutes and I don't know where the disc is.
Sure.
Cyberpunk looks like something that they've been working on for a decade now, and I'm kind of excited to, like I said, to see you play it. Is that
actually
it?
This month is gonna give us Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Have you ever played
World
Ori?
of the
Wisps?
No.
Have you played Ori before?
What? Ori? O-R-I?
Yeah.
No, haven't.
It's an exclusive game for Xbox and Windows. The first one came out I think it was 2013 or 14 maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures right now. Yeah, it looks like something I've seen before.
It's so good. It was really, really good. It was a lot of fun, very emotional, very well made, very well polished. So actually, it was my favorite indie game back then of the year. So I'm really excited to see the second one. I don't know where they're gonna go with it. They ended up perfectly in the first game, but I'm really excited to go back and play the game. And of course, Ghost of Tsushima. Now this game, oh boy, this game.
I've seen some gameplay. It looks really fun.
Yeah. I can't wait to get my hands on it. If you're into samurai stuff, like Ninja Gaiden, third-person Ninja Gaiden games, not the 2D platformer. But yeah, this game looks so good. And actually, it kind of felt like when I'm watching the gameplay, it kind of felt like Sekiro. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna compare every samurai game nowadays from this day forward to Sekiro, because Sekiro was so perfect as a samurai game, But yeah, it felt like a Sekiro thing, and I'm really, really kind of excited about it. And talking about, we were just talking about like Marvel and DC and stuff. The Avengers, Marvel's Avengers, is gonna come out in 2020.
That looks like something that I can enjoy.
Yeah, you will. This game is made for everyone. It's not for. I think it's not for hardcore gamers or whatnot. It's gonna be like an easy pick, and I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a hit. You know what I mean? Because it's the Avengers. I mean, come on, everyone's gonna play that game. But yeah, Avengers looks great, and of course there's a VR game, the Iron Man VR game. which I'm totally excited about. I've seen the demo, I've seen the gameplay. It looked so much fun. You play as, of course, Tony Stark, and you're in the Iron Man suit. You're flying around and using your PlayStation Move as your hands, and you're hitting the enemies and stuff like that. It felt like a really, really fun game to have this year. So and there's a lot of great games that are coming out in 2020. But mostly these are the games that I'm really excited and I can't wait to get my hands on. And of course Neo 2. There's that. I really enjoyed the first one.
So many video games. So little time.
Yeah, I know.
Some exciting games. I mean, we're gonna talk about video games once you've played them.
Sure.
You're gonna get your first reactions on these upcoming titles. I'm currently playing a video game that you recommended to me. Is 1980X.
Yeah.
It's a very, very fun indie title about this little teenage guy who goes through his adulthood with these video games. So you play as like a street rage kind of type of game, and then a shinobi kind of game, and then racing game, an RPG. It's really, really nice. It's only for $10 on the PlayStation, and you can find it also on PC. I highly recommend
and Switch.
it. And Switch as well. Okay. Okay. Calm yourself down.
Get your shit together.
Yes, 1980X is a lot of fun. Also, I'm replaying GTA 5, which is something I've been doing for the past 10 years. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
So that's about it for video games, and I think that's about it from us. We've been talking for more like 50 seconds. Yes, it's time to say goodbye. My lovelies, you can find us every single place that you can think. Just type in MorePlease Media. MorePlease is one word. Don't ask us why.
It just is.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. Thank you for listening. Ali, do you have any last words before you hit by the coronavirus, my friend?
No, I just want to say that I hate you and I hate your guts, and we're done professionally.
We are done professionally, and maybe this is the last time you hear us together. But hey, you never know what's going to happen next week. Next Tuesday, we're going to be here. Thank you for listening, and have an amazing, amazing week.
See ya, guys.